I applied to like 1,000 jobs and got 0 interviews. 0. I'm starting to think the universe just wants me to become a professional napper or something. What am I doing wrong? Seriously, is my resume cursed?
Man, I get how infuriating that is, but honestly, you're not alone. Tons of qualified people are basically flinging resumes into a digital black hole these days. Today, let's break down why this happens, what's sabotaging your applications, and how you can actually get in front of a real human.
Alright, so please tell me there's hope for people like me. Because at this point, I've basically memorized the words, "Thank you for your interest." But
there's hope, I promise. We'll dig into why quantity isn't working, how ATS bots are probably ghosting you, the networking hacks no one tells you about, and how to make your application not scream template. Sound good?
honestly, I thought applying to everything would at least get me something. Like, isn't it just a numbers game? More darts, more bullseyes, right?
I wish it worked that way, but the job market's basically the opposite. A million generic darts just end up on the floor. A lot of companies get hundreds of applications per job, so most resumes never see daylight. It's wild.
Wait, so you're saying it's not about sending out a flood of resumes? I feel like every career blog tells you to just keep applying.
That's the myth. It's less about quantity and so much more about being strategic. Blindly applying can actually hurt you, especially if you're not tweaking your resume each time. There's a whole system filtering you out before a person even blinks at your name.
You mentioned a system. Is that what everyone calls the ATS? Because I keep hearing about it, but it sounds more like a villain in a sci-fi movie.
Oh, it kind of is. ATS stands for Applicant Tracking System. It's software that companies use to scan, sort, and filter resumes. If your resume doesn't speak its language, it's basically invisible.
So, my resume might not even be getting to a real person? That's like losing a Mario game before you even press start.
Exactly. The ATS is obsessed with keywords. If your resume doesn't match what the job description's asking for, it just gets tossed out. Sometimes it's literally as dumb as not including JavaScript when the job wants it, even if you're a coding wizard.
Okay, so I might be guilty of sending out the same resume everywhere. I mean, how different can one software dev job be from another?
That's super common. But here's the thing. Recruiters can actually spot a generic resume from a mile away. If your CV looks like it's meant for everyone, it'll impress no one.
But customizing every single application sounds exhausting. Isn't that like an all-day task?
Yeah, it takes more time, and it's a pain, but it pays off. Even just changing your summary, rearranging skills, and echoing the exact phrases from the job posting can make a huge difference. It's kind of like answering an open book test. The answers are right there.
So basically, my resume has to cosplay as the job description. Got it.
Here's the twist. Tons of jobs get filled before they're ever posted. That's the hidden job market. And networking is how people find those gigs.
Wait. So I could be missing out on jobs just because I'm not DMing people on LinkedIn?
Pretty much. Even a quick comment on someone's post or a friendly message can get you noticed. Also, your LinkedIn profile needs to be sharp. Think of it as your second resume, but public and clickable.
Wow, I've spent more time picking profile pictures than updating my LinkedIn summary. No wonder I'm stuck. Honestly, after sending out so many resumes and hearing nothing back, it just gets draining. Like, am I even cut out for this? It's impossible to stay motivated.
That's totally normal. Job hunting burnout is real. The rejection, or worse, total silence, messes with your confidence. Thing is, it's not always about you. Sometimes it's just too many applicants, or someone internal got the job before you even hit send.
I guess I needed to hear that. It feels like screaming into the void some days.
Yeah, it's tough. But shifting to a smarter, more focused strategy can actually save your sanity and get results faster. Let's hit the highlights. First, blasting out generic resumes to hundreds of jobs? Not worth it. Second, if your resume isn't ATS friendly with the right keywords, it might never see human eyes. Third, ignoring networking means missing out on jobs you'll never find online.
So basically, less is more. Focus on quality applications, Tailor your resume for each job and actually talk to people, especially on LinkedIn. Honestly, that sounds way more doable than sending out another 1,000 resumes.
Exactly. And here's the first thing to do. Pick one role you really want. Tweak your resume to match the job posting closely. Then reach out to someone in that company. Give it a shot. You might be surprised how much better it works.
I'm officially retiring my one-size-fits-all resume and joining the networking club. Thanks for the real talk and for saving me from my next 1,000 applications.